It was.
What
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, you are live with a player's perspective. We are back. It is Wednesday at 7 p.m. So you know where you need to be. Pull up the chair, get your popcorn, sit back, relax. I hope you had a great day at work because K-Swill and T-Cub are right here to give you all the Georgia Tech sports that you need and want. We are excited to be here right now. K-Solo, what's your nose, boy?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. I feel all right.
You feel all right?
Down in the city of my soul, I feel all right.
Woo! We got a burst of energy though, didn't we, Ken?
Yes,
we got a little. Oh my
Lord.
goodness, we had a good time this weekend, man. And if you don't know what we're talking about, it was the Legends of the Flats. It happened, baby, and I'm telling you, the time is flying because March 30th came and went, and we actually postponed it to the 31st.
Right.
And I tell you what, Ken, and I didn't get a chance to talk to you about that a little bit, but I just talked to some of the guys about, and I don't know if you did the same thing, but you reached out to them, asked them how the Brandon Adams type of situation went on Saturday for his funeral and the homegoing service, and everybody said it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it was very beautiful, very peaceful, and sent the big man off in the right way.
In the right way. So all the players got a chance to go up there to Brentwood, Tennessee, and give their respects to the fam. And so we just know that he is now in the best hands he could possibly be in, and that's in the Almighty God's hands right now. So moving on from that, we actually had the postponement of the Legends of the Flats, and we moved it to Sunday at noon. And Ken, we had an awesome turnout. I mean, they said it was over 200 of us out there on Sunday.
Well, it seemed like a whole lot more.
It did. It really did. It really did. If you got a chance to see some of our pictures and videos and stuff like that, you guys got to kind of see a lot of the players that have come back. But, Ken, we had a ball out there, man. I mean, going all the way back to Big Daddy Randy Cohn, and Kevin Cohn's father.
Right.
And having some time with him, but just seeing the old with the new and just having fellowship, brother.
Having fellowship that was long overdue.
Overdue.
I can't even begin to describe to our listeners and to everybody that follow us on Facebook and all that good stuff. We appreciate you and we love you. And,
Absolutely.
All that good stuff. But we can't begin to tell you how many times I heard that one statement.
Right.
You know, that this is long overdue.
What?
This is something that should have happened a long time ago.
Yes.
And it's not that we don't come together as Georgia Tech people.
Right.
But that was the first time in my recollection of it being Georgia Tech former players coming together in the spring to kind of rub elbows together to kind of, you know, get to know each other, and as well as, you know, get the chance to root on these young cats that are out there balling now. You know what I'm saying? And kind of paying some good stuff forward.
There you go.
You had an opportunity kind of to overhear someone's wife kind of said that it was like a family reunion.
Right.
She was like, it's like y'all know each other. I was like, well, you know, in essence, we don't necessarily know each other. We know each other by name.
Yes.
But a lot of times, because you know somebody's name doesn't mean you know them.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
So it was so good to see and to be able to talk to people that we hadn't talked to in a long time. Had a chance to. I used to watch Cleve Pounds play. I had a chance as a grown man to go up to him and say, "Hey, man, I really appreciated you.
Wow.
I really enjoyed watching you play.
Absolutely.
When I was a little kid, because he was one of my favorite players.
Absolutely.
So it was just one of those things, and you know, it's just it was just a good vibes, good feelings, good everything on Sunday, and it just. You know, we had a rough week, but I tell you that Sunday culmination was great.
It was awesome.
It was great.
Well, I mean, you know, you had Coach O'Leary was out there, so he was out there representing the pass coming through, and then got a chance to see Marco live out on the football field coaching. You got a chance to see. You know, some awesome staple of running backs like Joe Burns and Jimmy Lincoln and William Bell and Robert Levette. All of these cats all in one place surrounding everybody, coming together, celebrating. And like you said, Ken, everybody was excited. Yes, I know what you're excited about. I know what you're excited about, brother. We about to get to it. We're going to have that breaking news.
I need the news ticker, baby. I need the news ticker right now.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you got it, brother.
I'm just saying, but I mean, hey, the brothers came together, man. You guys can see from all of the pictures and the things that had come through, and you looking at a camaraderie, a fellowship, a team. You know, people just that had identified and was just hungry, Ken, for something like this to finally come around, and it had been negated. It had been put off. It had been
overlooked.
I guess you can say. That's probably the best way that you can look at the importance of family relationship, establishing lineage, legacy, bringing people together. From year after year after year, we said it, we talked about it on the field. It should never be more than 2 classes in between somebody to get to know who and what is what, so far as from old school to new school.
Right, exactly.
You should never have more than 2 classes between you where somebody can't directly introduce you to somebody and that you know what's going on.
That can help, because we always talk about the Tech connection and being connected to Georgia Tech, but from the athletic standpoint, it's still a who's who.
Yes,
you know, it's still I got to know this right person in order to get to where I need to be.
Right,
and that should not be the case. You know,
it shouldn't be ever. And all of these new jackets and an existing and current team, they're going to be established. They're going to start to realize something really special, Ken. It's going to be a little bit about what we experienced, you know,
right.
when we were there. And they're going to realize that this program is going to get back into a level that they have never experienced before. And it's going to be something they're going to be proud of. They're going to be excited about. And it's going to be something they can't wait talking about. especially on the recruiting trail and all those good things that they're doing. And so when they do that, it's going to start to produce big names, big people that are going to be able to start coming in here and want to be part of that 404 culture, that 404 takeover, big baby. And then so far as introducing that and a segue to that, Ken, what's the latest news that we just received?
Just received news that Mr. Jalen
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
We talked about it last week.
Yes.
It's just come through the wire that he has committed to come to Georgia Tech.
Absolutely. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the Hive.
Welcome to the Hive, baby.
Hashtag Jackets for life, baby. Absolutely. It's about to be on and popping in the ATL and the ATL. And that's what we're talking about. That's what Coach Collins has been talking about. And that's the way it always should have been. That's the way it's about to be. And that's the way from now on, we better get ready.
Yeah.
You better get ready.
Hey, thank you, Michael Hickman, for dropping that little knowledge.
Dropping that little knowledge for us. Absolutely out there. That's awesome. That is great. And then, Ken, we talked about that. We looked at these cats out there right now doing their thing with Tariq Carpenter. You know what I'm saying? Wanye Thomas.
Yes.
Okay. You're looking at Jonathan Kerr. You're looking at all of these cats that have done some good things in the past, but are really growing into what they're doing.
What they're doing. And you know, it was amazing to me. I had the pleasure of meeting Tariq for the first time.
Yes.
Seen him a couple of times, but he actually walked up to me and shook my hand and he said, I was told that I need to know you.
Exactly.
And you know, we exchanged pleasantries. I laughed a little bit, but I did not realize how big this kid is.
Yes.
I did not realize, you know, how tall he is,
right.
how you know, how broad his shoulders are. And he could play anywhere in the country.
I mean, anywhere.
He's one of those guys. When I look at him, when I look at Wanye,
yes,
these are guys that could play anywhere. When I look at Wanye out there in that #1 jersey, which he's rocking this year,
yes, he is. Yes, he
is. I get flashbacks in my mind because he moves like a guy that I know.
Yeah.
You know, a young guy that I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's just that dynamic ball player that's going to that's going to could carry this team to the next dimension. You know, if people ask, well, what do I think about? You were talking about it, about us getting excited about different things, and I've been excited since Sunday. I was excited before Sunday, but I think some gas got thrown on the fire or something happened, and I'm even more ecstatic than I was. So I don't know. All of this trying to temper my expectations is almost out the window because. You know, I had somebody come in my store today, a longtime Georgia Tech fan. Yeah. And, you know, he and I have known each other for over 25 years. Yeah. And, he asked me what I thought about Georgia Tech. Yeah. And I ended up talking to him for about 35 minutes about how excited I was about the program, how excited I was about Coach Collins, how excited I was about the culture change and what was going on and what was happening. Yeah. And I said, I'm this excited and we hadn't played a game yet.
The game yet, kid. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like this show. We talk 2 minutes and it's an hour gone.
It's an hour gone, you know, because you know, it's almost like the practice was Sunday. Now they didn't lie when they said it was going to be like, a fire drill.
Yes.
You know, they were moving and flying to different places and going all over the place. And, you know, and it seemed like that was the first time I think I've ever been on a practice field that had a DJ on it.
Right. There you go.
you know, so it's a newfangled thing. And the kids are into the music. They're into the learning. Right. They're into all of that, the positivity and everything that's going on. And it's just, it was just an awesome atmosphere.
It really was.
It made me want for 5 minutes.
Yes.
To be 18 or 19 again.
There you go. There you go.
You know,
I mean, you just wanted to strap it on.
I wanted to strap. If I had 2 good players,
yes, sir,
I'd have gave it to him Sunday.
I'm telling you, would you have jumped in on them one-on-one drills?
No. You know, the one-on-ones get you excited, and that is a cultural changer and a builder within itself.
Exactly.
You know, and I don't know how they do it or how they pick out, but everybody's going against any and everybody. They don't care. They just jump down in the pit. Well, they just jump down in the pit.
So would you have just waited for maybe the 7-on-7s What you waited for? Like the
I'd
team.
I gave him the 707.
You gave him the 707.
I gave him the 707.
Okay.
You know, I used to like 707. 707 was fun.
Right.
You know, but that one-on-one stuff, you know, down in the pit because everybody's down. You know.
Yeah.
So it is the ultimate Ram type situation. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, is that a cornerback in there? I'm like, and everybody's just going at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but it's good because it breeds that competition.
It does. It does. Well, everybody, you are live with A Player's Perspective coming to you Wednesday nights at 7, live on Facebook. And everybody, I'm going to tell you what, you see this screen going on behind us. Okay. Now that's a little bit better than we saw before with that orange, right? Okay. Because you know about them Clemson people up there, right? But at the same time, what's going on right here is that you can catch us now on YouTube, YouTube. And so we're streaming live on YouTube, and on YouTube, you'll see something special going on back there. And it's actually our little new studio design of what we got going on. And it looks pretty darn sweet over there.
Yeah.
Kim Jackson, our engineer, is doing an awesome job helping us out right here at the Seven Spring Studio, knocking these things out. But I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Go to A Player's Perspective on Facebook, on YouTube. I'm gonna get that right, on YouTube right now, and you can make that happen. And check this out: if you want to call in today and talk with us and everything, and ask us a question about maybe the Legends of the Flats, the new recruits, things that are going on out there, give us a call. We're at 470-412-09, and guess this, 17. You know about that 17, baby.
Lord,
you know what I'm saying? 470-412-0917. Give us a call and talk to us on the show. That'll be something you'll also be able to hear live on YouTube. So we're pushing that out there. We're pushing some things out on Instagram. We're going to be loading that sucker up on Twitter. But we're everywhere, just like A Player's Perspectives need to be. And I'm telling you, Ken, they know about A Player's Perspective.
Oh yeah, they know about it.
Yeah, everybody was there. They were coming up and talking some stuff to us on Sunday.
And that's funny. We worked with a guy named Vincent Turner.
Yeah,
and I thank Vince for
absolutely.
He kind of got us started into doing this.
Yes,
and you know, he would always say before we went on the air or before we went on did anything, he'd always say, "Be good because you never know who's looking.
You never know who's looking or listening.
Or listening. So
Absolutely.
you want to make sure you put things out in a positive light.
Right.
I tell you what, Term, you know, the culture change is unbelievable to me.
Unbelievable.
You know, we had a chance to kind of speak briefly to Coach Collins and,
yes,
you know, get a chance to really rub elbows with him. But
and by the way, he'll be coming on A Player's Perspective real soon.
There you real soon. We're working it out now with his people. But you know, to see the energy from him. Yeah. You know, to see there and look in his eye, and him look in back into my eyes and our eyes and engage us in conversation. With a real conversation. Not not something prepared that he pull out of his pocket. Exactly. Something canned or anything like that. Exactly. You can tell this guy's for real. Yes, sir. And you know, I did have some questions about, you know, well, can he really coach? Because he's a great salesman. He seems like he can really motivate guys to do what he wants to do. But this cat can really coach. If you haven't heard it anywhere, you're gonna hear it right here on Player's Perspective. That's a coach out there. Yeah. That is a coach out there. And you talking about, I mean, you know, the niceties and the pleasantries, that goes out the window at times. I mean, he's going to get down and dirty with you. And I'm telling you, like Ken was talking about, this Chinese fire drill, this organized chaos in practice. Basically, you're running from drill to drill, getting engaged. What's going on? The intensity level, your coaches, the youthfulness that we were talking about right now. Ken, I mean, you know, this is, you know, when we used to play, you know, at times when you got tired and frustrated, sometimes you wanted to look at your coach and say, well, you do it. Right. You show me what you're talking about, right? And that was an ignorant statement at the time, but as a child, you were ignorant. Right. But at the time, but to look at these guys, they're going to show you. They're going to show you. I saw, and Marco is a little bit older than myself, and but we came to Georgia Tech at the same time. Right. And Marco is moving as if he's getting ready to play on Sundays again.
Absolutely.
You know, they were running from he, Coach Choice, and all the guys were running from drill to drill. They were, you know, moving around.
Coach
you know,
Knight.
Yeah, Coach Knight. All of them were moving with great just anticipation and with moving like they were
with ease.
With ease. Much easier than myself right now.
Brothers were in shape.
Yeah, like they were really in shape and really doing things that I was saying. I was like, I was wondering. I was thinking about our former staff, and I know that most of the guys that were on our former staff were, were nearing that age of retiring or you've been coaching for a long time. So when you've been doing something for a long time, sometimes it does get a little tiresome.
It does.
It does get a little, let's go to this drill. Let's do this. I'm not going to run over there, but I'm going to walk. I'll meet you guys over there. But these guys were like, meet me. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Beat me there. You know, so these guys were like, meet me. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Beat me there. You know,
leading the charge out there. And then, I mean, you know, in a way it had some symbolism like, Braveheart. You know, I was looking at, because that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
you know?
I love.
But you just look at that whole orchestrated event of just assembling people and getting them fired up and getting them motivated and getting them to the point where mentally they're at the highest peak, you know, of performance and focus.
Right.
That was going on throughout the entire day.
Right.
Throughout the entire day. You could see it on guys' faces getting tired, but they were getting tired. That means they're getting in shape. So the one thing you're not going to find coming into this season now, Ken, is that these guys, you don't have a question of whether they're going to be in shape or not.
Right.
These guys are going to be ready.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Yeah, you wonder in the spring sometimes you have that little drop off, but you can tell the winter workouts have paid off.
They have paid.
They have really paid off and paid dividends. And we talk about these guys. You just talk about it being in shape, and you can look at these guys and tell they're in shape.
Right.
I look at one of my little cousins,
right,
Bruce. When we talked, he and I had talked before about him losing a little weight. He was like, man, I was 235 before we went to winter workouts, and now I'm 218.
He done dropped like 16, right? 16 pounds, right?
So he's down and looks good, and everything is coming along well. So it's one of those things when you get involved with a system that is full of energy, it can't help but to produce.
Well, look, shout out to Coach Louis Corolla out there, the strength and performance coach out there, strength and conditioning coach out there, doing this thing out there. Had the pleasure of meeting him and just looking at these guys, Kerry Dixon, Jeff Popovich, Tashard Choice, like you talked about. These coaches are out there putting it down, and then got to talk to a little bit of Will Glover. You know, my man Will Glover out there shouting, yelling at people and everything else. So he's all grown up too, folks. So these cats are out here having some fun, man, getting this program back in shape, getting these guys ready to perform well. And didn't get a chance, though, to talk to Coach Pat. I kept looking at him trying to get over there, but he was so busy with the quarterbacks and everything. Didn't get a chance to whisper in his ear about focusing on the tight end. But but at the same time, kid, hey, we saw something out there. We saw something.
Yeah, we did.
We definitely got some tight ends on campus right now.
Got some tight ends on campus. We hadn't seen it in 11 years. So
that's right.
It looked kind of strange to see a guy kind of split out
a little bit. Not gonna give too much away, but definitely though, when the ball's thrown, it's caught.
It's caught.
So there's some hands in there too.
Yep.
You know, so I was excited to see that, and then the quarterbacking. With the quarterbacks out there, with seeing Graham go at it, Oliver go at it, Lucas Johnson go at it. These guys out there trying to do something that they haven't done in a while, and dropping back and throwing the ball,
right?
And and getting all of their technique together and stuff like that. But some strong arms out there, some good arms, some good looking throws. And then I'll tell you what, just a shout out to my boy Jalen Camp. who I thought showed out on Sunday too, man. Adjustments, route running, catching the ball, making some plays, and then just looking big and physical. He remind me of that Bebe kid that we used to have on campus. I'm telling you, so nice and long and doing some things there. So, yeah, there's some improvement that's going on, but they got the right people in place to really make this happen, Ken, and I'm excited about that.
I'm very excited about it. I'm thinking that's one of the things that we have kind of been waiting on and trying to see. My position is at quarterback.
Right.
Now, we had a chance to talk to Taquan a little bit Sunday.
Yeah.
And, I had to ask him. I said, I mean, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about what you're seeing?
Yeah.
And he's like, I love it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you wish you were still here a little bit? And he was like, yeah, I do. I do wish I was still here. Wish I still had that one moment. And he made mention of something that, that struck me. Mm-hmm. He said, we've always had, skill position guys. Mm-hmm. Not that they were always used.
Right.
But we've always had skill position guys, and we've got enough on the roster to be exceptional.
Exactly.
And, the problem will be just getting our line together and finding us a nice quarterback that's going to take hold of the reins and drive the team down the field.
Exactly.
And that's my question I'd like to pose to you, Tom.
Okay.
Out of what we saw on Sunday, who would be your front runner right now at the quarterback position? I know it's early. I know it was just the third day of spring.
Right.
But from what you saw and what you kind of felt, who was the front runner?
Right now, and I think for a lot of people that have followed me and hearing from my praise for certain players and what's going on, but I'm gonna definitely say it's T.O., it's James Graham, and then it's Lucas Johnson.
Okay, so your three is just like my three.
Oh, okay, all right. That's why we are a player's perspective right here, baby.
Yeah, I think I mean, for those of you that are listening to us, we have no inside information. No. We don't know anything. This is just what we saw.
Yeah, just based upon our
the eyeball test and what we saw.
Yep.
I would say that the job would be Tobias all of us to lose.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I think he can do enough within this system. And and there's still going to be some things that are still that still look like what we used to do. So a good coach will take advantage of what you have.
Exactly.
And so they're going to do some things that are going to look really good and going to remind us of some old stuff too. But Tobias is a guy that can throw the ball, get the ball down the field, can do some really good stuff. Mm-hmm. And as you forestated, I think James was. He was different. I didn't realize his release was so quick.
Yes, beautiful release.
Really nice release.
Quick,
and Sunday wasn't a great day because it was really cold.
It was cold,
and the wind was whipping around. So it was one of those days that was kind of like, oh man, do we really want to be out here? But it was good to see him throwing the ball around and him doing the things that were necessary. I think it's going to take some time for Lucas Johnson to kind of knock the rust off of himself.
Yes.
You can tell that he missed last season.
Right.
And I think that rust is there. Yep. It's going to be, something to see going forward, how they progress from the snapshot that we saw on Sunday to the spring game.
Right.
And who steps forward and who takes the reins and who does what they need to do in order to to win that position. And it could be the fact that as we always say, competition is king.
It is.
So we might not, the guy that might be behind the helm might not be on campus yet.
That's you got that. Hey,
he might not be on campus.
He might not be on campus yet. And I tell you what, though, Ken, even in that type of respect, for somebody like that, and of course, we're talking about Jordan Yates coming up in here in the fall. It will only make his stock rise if he took a year. You know what I'm saying? To develop.
Right.
And what we've got going on. Because you're talking almost like buying a pre-owned vehicle. Like a Mercedes or a BMW or whatever. A pre-owned owned luxury vehicle to where the person in front of you can work out some of the kinks, can actually take care of some of the little bugs that may be evident in what's going on, get it fixed, get it taken care of. And then when you sit down in the seat, in that driver's seat, you will have a well-oiled machine to work with. And you also have an extra year of terminology, development, coaching, familiarity, exposure, all of these things that you look at so far as making that your future goal.
Right.
Of taking the reins and doing something special with it.
Right.
Now, granted, special people are special people. So they show up, and then sometimes you just got to play them. I mean, you can't just sit there and look and say, well, I'm going to put him why?
Right.
There's a team across the way that went through that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you're looking at some things that are going on, but right now in the 404 on the flats of GT right now, the one thing that I'm telling people that we really don't have to worry as much as we have to worry that we've been worrying about is at the quarterback position.
Right.
Because it's awesome to the point where now it's a spring. They still got their whole spring to go.
Whole spring to go.
And
right.
just to mention that, coming on April 26th at 7:29 p.m.
There you go.
Toe meets leather, and we're having a spring game.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Bobby Dodd Stadium. So put that on your calendar and let that be known that the spring game is on April 26th. But from now until that point, there's a lot of practice.
A lot of practice.
And a lot of opportunity to get out there. And then you're hoping that a lot of these guys are taking the approach of staying a little bit later or coming early, getting a couple of things, working with your guys, getting out there on your timing and your routes, and doing things to develop this stuff because now you got that. You got the summer, okay? And then you have preseason practice.
Right.
So there's a lot right now of time for these guys to develop.
You may mention something, it is incumbent upon every ball player, if you want to be great.
Yes.
You got to put the work in.
You got to put the work in.
You can't depend on just your coaches just to make you stay after practice.
Right.
That's something that's got to be player driven. That's something that's got to be.
Has to be
within yourself. I saw a little bit of that Sunday afternoon. We saw guys running routes, doing different things, working on coverage and all that good stuff. Wasn't a coach around.
Right. That's right.
And that's something that has to happen.
Yeah.
I remember standing in front of the judge machine. And I used to hate the judge machine.
I loved it.
I know you did. I know you did. But you're receiving.
Right. That's true.
You're supposed to.
That's true.
And I'm turned around. And then, they hit it and they tell you to turn and then the ball is right in your face. The ball is right in your face and right up on you. So, it's just, that was one of those things that you had to do to get better.
Yeah.
So when the ball did come and you wasn't looking, now you're looking. Now you can see it. It's in your hands and, and now you're going with it the other way. But that's the little things that you have to do to make yourself better, to make yourself, great. And I think this team is, from what I saw, this team is poised to do that. They're poised to take that next step. And we don't know what that next step is yet.
Nope.
but we know that this group of guys has won every year 6 or 7 games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we can do that, coming into this first season, if we can match what we've done in the past, and get better gradually each week. That's the progression you want to see. You want to see them get better and better and better each week. You want to see that progression of them taking hold to and taking ownership of what's going on and just becoming who we know they can be.
Well, with the program, the way it's established right now, with the skill that we have now at the helm so far as recruiting, the way that we're going about recruiting, the coaches that are in place that can coach people up, you're starting to see that instructional training going on.
Right.
To where people are really, you can hear development terminology, words, conversation that's going out there that's really going to help these guys to progress. When you're looking at something like that, I would not be surprised if we get 8 wins this year.
Yeah.
Going forward. And then it be something that we would grow on from that point on,
Right.
that we would actually progress and then not regress. I mean, really start to become what we're looking for our program to turn into. Now, I throw that number out there, but by no means am I locking us into that, because like we said, there's a lot of talent that is coming in. There's a lot of talent that is still coming in. And then we've got some things that are about to happen. And brother, coming in the fall and just putting all this stuff together, it's just going to be special. And I mean, it's almost like you're going to be the kid at the pet store or the candy store, just at the glass storefront, just want to see something, want to see what's going on, and I think for the players, they're like that. They're excited about the next day, the next opportunity, the next practice to go out there and to do something and showcase their talents, to learn. Because like you talked about with Jonathan Dwyer out there, and
I saw Derek Stegall out there.
Derek Stegall, oh my goodness, brother.
I mean, I looked up. I know. I thought it was Kelly Campbell. I don't know. It was a dude that looked like Kelly Campbell was out there.
Kelly, holla at us, man. Let us know if you were out there or not, because we weren't sure.
I'm pretty sure he was.
But that's how special this event was.
I heard some of his teammates ribbing him and saying, "Oh man, we better get a camera and we better get this. We better get this this picture taken because he don't come around like this."
Right.
So, and like we talked about, on our little blurb that we did Sunday, Jerry Mays.
Yes. Cat. What's up, brother? Cat had a good time talking to Cat.
Robert Levette.
Levette.
These guys like that who we watched. I watched, from a little boy.
Right.
Watched them play, and then all of a sudden I'm on campus with them.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
So that was kind of very surreal, very to be able to see these guys, to be able to talk to them, and all that good stuff was just, it just made you feel really good. It made me, as the night went on and as we went and had some good barbecue and all that good stuff.
Yes.
As I sat back in the night, I began to reminisce and begin to say, man, this is what we've been missing.
That's what we've been missing. Shout out to GQ Barbecue out there. We talked about them earlier in the show when we show started. But over there on University Avenue, kind of want that to be a spot for GT to go in and patronize. Mr. Chappelle over there is doing a great job with that barbecue on University Avenue. Something we can stop to going to or from the game on the south side. But Ken, and then you looked around and it was so many. I mean, William Bell, like you said, Derek Stegall, Jimmy Clements, Christopher Edwards, a lot of these young guys, Matt Guba.
Yeah.
Keith Brookings.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're starting to see a lot of these cats that really have put a footprint in this program.
Right.
Have sacrificed, went out there and played some good ball over the years. But yet there was so many that still weren't able to make it.
Right, exactly.
They were going to come on Saturday, but because of the change, they weren't able to make it on Sunday. Nate Perriman out there. You guys here know these names. So it was really good to see these guys. And see them show up and come out there and be genuinely excited about the new inclusiveness of this program and what's going on out there. And brother, they're happy to be home. They're happy to come out here. They're happy to talk to people about it.
And that's exactly what I felt. I felt like I had been away from a situation. I've been away from home for a long time.
The prodigal son.
Like I was the prodigal son. I ain't gonna take my scripture text tonight, but I felt, it felt as if, we were coming back.
Right.
And this time the daddy was standing there with his arms wide open. Saying, come on home, son. You always welcome. You always this, that, and the third, and it just felt good to be a part of that whole situation. And we talked about it in our little private group that this is something we've got to continue. And we've got to layer this thing and 2 or 3 times a year we've got to come together and we really got to keep things fresh and keep things going and all that good stuff. And I'm pretty sure we will.
Well, and talking about keeping things going, we got to keep the funds rolling in. We got to keep that stuff happening. And so tomorrow is April 4th. And so if you put the numbers together, that's a 404. And you know about the 404 culture down there in the ATL. Well, join Coach Collins and the rest of the Georgia Tech family and supporting Georgia Tech. And if you actually donate, Ken, $404. They got a couple of special gifts for you, the 404 hat, the donate, Ken.
Right.
$404. They got a couple of special gifts for you, the 404 hat, the backpack, and everything else. But of course, it's a fundraiser for the program.
Right.
And there's an awesome alum that's out there, a great Georgia Tech donor that's willing to match the donation. So get it up to $100,000. He's going to match it at $100,000. So, well, he or she, I should say.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's something that you see that people are now willing to do.
Right.
And they're willing to put their money out there, and that's awesome. And that's just what Georgia Tech wants. That's what we need. And of course, as we start to bring in all of these players and everything else, the facilities are great. They're just going to get better. And then you're looking at just the family and the atmosphere. They don the gold. They rock that gold.
Yeah.
You got to spread the gold. We've been talking about spreading the gold. So defense was in gold.
I'm trying to figure out, are they going to change it? I mean, if we could have just played like this, if I could have just played and just, they had the gold on with the white helmets.
Yeah. And then of course we found out with that 3 stripe man. Did you find out?
I didn't. I wondered and I didn't ask.
Did I hold it from you?
You held it from me.
Oh my gosh. The players that are showing out.
Okay.
That are balling.
Okay.
In practice they get 3 stripes.
They get 3 stripes. Okay.
They get the 3 stripes. So you want to be one of those that get the 3 stripes.
Yeah. We saw him. I saw him get the turnover bike going. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. That was real cool. That was real cool.
I think they said it was maybe Coach Thacker, defensive coordinator Andrew Thacker, over their spring break, painted an entire I forgot what you call them, roadster type of bikes, totally gold.
Right.
Okay, so like I said, they're spreading that gold out there. So everybody, we got to do our part, spread that gold. But he put the whole bike was the gold, and then there was something that they talked about too, which was a turnover bike, and I think this was a different one for defense.
Right.
But those that get a turnover get to ride the bike.
And see, and the thing about it, if you didn't play at Georgia Tech and you don't know, we have to walk to practice every day.
Yes,
so you walk about a half a mile from the facility down to the Rose Bowl every day. You have to, that's the dreaded walk. Yeah. So whoever wins that turnover bike gets a chance to ride
that bike home.
Ride the bike home. So, that's a quick little easy ride.
That's a nice little easy ride. And it's a whole lot of fun to do it. And so I forgot who got it and was riding that thing.
Oh, my God. It was one of the linemen.
It was one of the defensive linemen. They caught, I think it was off of Graham.
Yeah. Actually, it was off
Lucas Johnson.
Right.
So he was trying to make a little dump pass, but it didn't see the defensive lineman there on the edge. Reached up, snagged the ball, took it back for a touchdown, and so that was exciting to see. So defense is putting points on the board, baby, and that's what you want. That's what you want. Your offense to put points on the board and defense to put points on the board.
Exactly.
And that's a winning combination. Winning combination. So I'm just seeing awesome people showing up right now. I see Mike Rhodes is on.
Right.
I see Scott is back. Scott Robinson is back, and then. Scott, we talked about it, brother. We talked about it. Sorry that you're late. We got to get you on time. Just like we say at the football games, come and be ready at the kickoff. That's an Atlanta thing right there, brother.
Yeah, Scott is talking about getting
Jalen Huff.
And everybody's super excited about that young man coming. He's going to he's a difference maker, and this adds just a little more staunch.
Yes.
To the class. I'm trying to tell you now.
We got a Jordan Huff and we got a Jalen Huff. There you go. The JJs.
There you go. So this recruiting is off the meters right now. You know what I'm saying? So we are excited about the class that's coming in 2019. We're excited about the class that we have coming in 2020. Yeah. And this is only the beginning.
Well, we were already talked about as being the 26th ranked class before this particular commitment, and so now you've got this commitment jumping in, and I would say that it would probably push us up to at least 20 or 19, break that top 20. But it's just more to come because, I mean, as we talked about it, so far as what people need to understand, as I show you that national championship ring, but right here in the ATL, there's only one team that's the reigning national champions in the G.
It's not the G.
You know what I'm saying? And you got 4 of those suckers right there hanging those rafters, and so not 2, but 4.
Not 3.
Not 3, but 4.
But 4.
But 4. As they say right here, but 4.
4.
So, hey, I'm telling you, get excited about what's going on right now down there. It's a fun time. The kids most certainly are. Yeah. They're having a ball. Coach, I'm going to say Coach Todd Stansbury, but, athletic director Todd Stansbury is doing a phenomenal job down there. And just putting this thing together, bro.
Tom, did he seem real relaxed?
He was man, it looked like, I mean, last time we saw him, his shoulders were up to here.
The last time I saw
and they're easing down a little bit. They're coming down just a little bit.
Last time I saw him, we were in the middle of that 3 or 4 game losing streak.
Yeah.
And I put my arm around him, and I told him, I said, Todd, I've seen a sick child get better. So so everything's gonna be right. Sure enough, we did kind of turn the tide a little bit toward the end of the season. We won't disclose information that we got this weekend about some of that, but
no.
but it was something to see Todd and to see him being relaxed.
Yeah,
if you can be relaxed as a AD at a major college program, but he was very relaxed and very you can tell he's very into this move and into everything that's going on, and the culture is spreading.
Ooh, boy, I'm telling you what. That defense is showing up, and I'm telling you, if you're out there considering Georgia Tech, I'm telling you, you need to take a look and be a part of something special out there, and come on and be a part of what's happening down there on the flats, because it's about to get, as my boy used to say, Brown, gooderer and gooderer.
Gooderer and gooderer.
And gooderer. So, but yeah, Ken, I mean, it's spreading too.
Right.
It's spreading because we took a look and we had to pass that baseball diamond.
Right.
And the hot jackets over there stomping the leprechauns.
Right.
Okay. So they were kicking the leprechauns up out of there, getting that win. And then they went down there, man, and the screaming of the War Eagle didn't faze them one bit over there at Auburn, Alabama, where they went over and played Auburn last night. Came out with a victory of 9-4, Ken.
Right.
And I mean the pitching expertise over there of Jake Brace, and Jake Brace. You had Jordan Hughes, you had Luke Bernecki, and then you also had Keaton Gibson. Yeah. So these guys collectively put on a pitching display to shut down Auburn, who was number 15 at the time.
Right.
Okay, so another top 20 team that Tech has actually just clipped and knocked out, moving themselves to 20-9, and looking good out there. And so get that Georgia Tech Game Day app. You can click on it, open it up, and then push the media button, and then check out these games and listen to old Wiley over there doing the play-by-play. Sometimes I feel like you got to shake up old Wiley. He's so calm, cool, and collected, man, like he's about to fall asleep. But when things get going, he gets excited, man. And so we're happy about that, and happy about what's going on the diamond over there. Our Lady Jackets on the softball field over there beating up on the Georgia State Panthers right now. It's probably about the 6th inning. Last time I think I checked, it might have been about 4-1 or something like that. Mm-hmm. But they're doing well over there, and the Lady Jackets are doing a very good job over there as well. Check out RamblingWreck.com. Take a look at the track team and what's going on, and hopefully we're gonna work this thing out, because we've been touching base with some people that'll probably come on here and do that.
Right.
And then also another person that we've been tapping and talking to so far as basketball. Coming on here and talking about basketball. So we really want to get them ramped up, because some stuff that we want to really talk about before the year ends,
right,
in the spring, but also get busy in that recruiting talk moving forward toward next year for 2019. So,
Well, 2020.
well,
Well, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
but it's the new direction.
It's the new Georgia. Yeah,
Exactly. There you go. There you go. But if you guys, if you missed what we talked about, we got this green screen going on here in Facebook, but we making some improvements over here on a player's perspective. And if you move over to our YouTube live feed, you will see an awesome backdrop that we've got going on right here in our studio at the Seven Springs studio here in Powder Springs. Kim Jackson on the board, taking care of everything and what we not got going on. So we're excited about that and excited about what's new right here on the APP, the best app that you can possibly experience a player's perspective. Ken.
Yes.
You looking kind of excited, man. You can't even sit down these days. I mean,
I you know, if I could, if my knees would hold up just a little while. I've been praying. I've been greasing them. I've been laying oil on them at night, just rubbing on them, just asking the Lord just to do something for me.
Well, and then if this weather could just get consistent.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, come on now. I mean, you know, it's like these. You know, I'm sure the bugs and insects are out there tripping.
Yeah.
They come out there. It's a nice warm day. Saturday was beautiful,
and then
Sunday was something different.
It was winter again. You know, and that's the thing about it.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's something about having that kind of moment.
Yeah.
And knowing getting older.
Yeah.
Is this guy used to tell me all the time when I worked with him. His name is Don Bivens. Don, if you're watching, hello.
Of course he's watching. What's up, Don?
But he used to always tell me. He said, "Man, Ken, getting old as hell, man." Always tell me. He said, "Man, Ken, getting old as hell, man." I'm telling you, I had to call him a couple of years ago and tell him you was exactly right when you said what you said,
right.
man. You know,
so right.
You know,
your boy about to turn 50.
Woo.
And I remember when somebody told me about what it meant to turn 30 and what it meant to turn 40. And the 40 was really unique because they said when you hit 40, all of a sudden things would just start hurting for no reason. Just absolutely no reason. You just all of a sudden, ow. You know, you just like, what's wrong with my shoulder or something like that. Well, brother, it was May 1st, okay? 10 years ago. All right? 2009. And I woke up and I had, I'm sure, I'm just not even sure now, but something woke me up, an alarm or somebody. And I got up and all of a sudden something in my leg hurt. And I was just like, what in the world is this? It was like my knee or something like that. And I went to bed just fine. Yeah. But I rolled over that morning and I was like, ow.
I know. I found out what's happening.
What is it?
We are fighting in our sleep.
Is that what it is? We're fighting getting old in our sleep.
I'm telling you right now, man. I can go to bed and be just great, and wake up the next morning and can barely get out of the bed and can barely move around. So you know, I understand, but in my, you know, I'm dreaming. Sometimes I'm dreaming stuff.
That's what it is.
And you know, I'm a single man, so I sleep by myself.
Right.
So I don't have anybody that I have to stay on the side of the bed. My side of the bed is the whole bed.
It's the whole bed.
So you know, I'm a 48-year-old, but I sleep like a 5-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So I might end up turning. If I wake up, I might start in the right position on the right side of the bed, and when I wake up in the morning, I'm at the end of the bed,
right?
You know, down on the other end. You know, and I'm trying to figure.
And you wake up and your sheets looking like this.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what you doing, man?
Oh man, but, hey, we just having fun. We at the end of the show, but we're just having fun because getting old is something. But I tell you what really brings me life and joy is seeing these young people that we've seen over the last few days.
Yes,
you know, had the opportunity to spend a little time with them and be out there. That's giving me life right now.
It's giving me life. I mean, you know, the guys are out there. They're playing good. They're looking good. If you can see right now on the YouTube live feed that we got going on, you can give us a call at 470-412-0917 That's 470-412-0917 if you want to talk and talk with us and say a little word or just share maybe some of your excitement of what's going on. And then also to check out on RamblingWreck.com the 404 day tomorrow. Make sure y'all do that and check it out. An awesome day to give back to Tech and to support Tech like all of you have in such a wonderful way, just to support these young men that are out there playing some serious ball. But it's something that can, I mean, you know, it's something to be excited about, because, you know, these guys got a chance to see over 200 cats surround them.
Right.
And support them and say, hey, man, we love y'all. We're here for you.
Right.
We got your back.
Right.
And we about to show out. This ain't no just couple of people, Warren Sapp or Michael Irvin shouting on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? This is the real, as they say. My little daughter would say, for real. Okay? You come out here, and this is what's going on. And we actually are even talking about doing more as a collective unit here to show our love for our players, our fellow players, and past players and everything else. But just doing some things that are just exciting, that are good, that are just going to be awesome. And these guys, man, they've got a bright future down there at Georgia Tech. The fans are going to be excited to see what's going on. And it's going to get started early, and we appreciate that on the ACC network. Right. Because we got to do that. But can I tell you, we talked about even when we don't win another game, we win.
We win.
I'm telling you, because, I mean, you know, if we didn't win a game this season, I guarantee you that will be nominated worst to first the next day. The best team to go from worst to first in 2020. Right. I guarantee you that, because it won't be because we're getting blown out or something of that nature. It's going to be just the little things here and there that will be corrected and make it happen. Right. But I don't even see that. I mean, I guess I'm not even going to talk about that. But at the same fact, I mean, we just got to be excited.
Yeah, we just got to be excited. And we like I said, we're not going to put any negative vibes in the atmosphere.
No, not at all.
in the atmosphere. And
not at all.
I'll tell you, it's just, you know, we talk about Georgia Tech, and we talk about getting our fan support out. I'll tell you, the best time to try this and to see what's going to happen, I guarantee you on that Friday night, there's going to be at least 15 or 16,000 people there.
Well, I'll tell you what,
I'm trying to get more than that, but you know,
I'm telling people right now, there's more than 20,000 people.
Yeah.
That are in the metropolitan area here in Atlanta that are Georgia Tech supporters.
Right.
And then if you just go to the surrounding states that are close, Florida, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, we've got enough people to where you can just say, hey, Johnny, come with me. And then all of a sudden that whole stadium going to be packed on the 26th. Right. And I'm telling you, if we can do anything to set this thing off right now, will be to pack out the Dodd.
Yeah.
You pack the Dodd, get that taken care of, have a good time, just come out there and just have fun. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy your time out there. Have a reunion. Call some people and orchestrate a reunion around that. But get in the house on the 26th, 7:29 p.m. And get into the Bobby Dodd Stadium, and let's show these Yellow Jackets that we support them. Coach Collins, that we support them. Todd, that we support our AD for all that work that they've been putting into this program to show us that, hey, they mean it about, and they're serious about Georgia Tech football and about getting us back.
So what we calling this promotion? Pack Out BD?
Pack Out BD. Pack Out BD. There you go. Pack Out BD. POBD. Is that what it is? The POBD? Okay. So that's what we're talking about. I mean, brother, when you can get Delonte Cameron to tune in, okay, all right, and start watching us, brother, I'm telling you, Tim Johnson, we saw him on Sunday too. Man, Tim, it was good to see you too, brother. Out there, some two Georgia Tech greats, absolutely, in the past that have come forward to make some things happen, to show their love. And Delonte, I know you wish you could have been down here to check us out, but I think he's somewhere up the Atlantic in the maybe in Maryland area or something like that, I believe it is. But doing his thing up there. But Delonte, don't miss another event like this, brother. Whatever you can, get down here and and be a part of what we do, and get excited. I know he is excited.
Right.
And you, my man, too, D, because these are some kids. I even had the privilege of being an academic, director and counselor for some of them to input in their lives. A lot of them made me feel good, talked about, our relationship and what was going on. And that was great because that's really what it's all about. We've got to feed back into one another just to give a nugget or a little tidbit somewhere that's to help them be successful and to move forward in life. And it's fun doing that. But of course, it's something that we don't mind doing. Exactly. We don't mind doing it at all. And, but yeah, D, we're gonna get some things so we can get together and see that. So it's some good times right now, brother.
Oh yeah,
some good times. I'm telling you, you drive by GT at night, it's a glow. That sucker's a glow, man. I mean, it's jumping over there at the Edge building.
Yeah, and that's what you want, and that's what has happened. You and I we have conversations that we don't necessarily have online, when we live.
Right.
And we talked about the converse of some things and, and what would our outlook be had, certain things not happened.
Right.
Or if Coach Collins was not here.
Right.
If it was somebody else with a different mindset. But, I need to ask him, and I'm going to ask him because it seems as if he had a jump package already set up. He had an idea that if I get an opportunity to come back to Georgia Tech, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
I'm going to set up the 404 culture.
Right.
I'm going to make Waffle House my spot. I'm going to do these said different things. I'm going to brand Georgia Tech in a way that it's never been branded before.
Right.
I'm going to take advantage of every social media outlet that we have.
Exactly.
I'm going to take advantage of all the technology that can be given to us.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense for us not to be technologically savvy when we are a technological school.
You got that right. Well, you can always check out our page, A Player's Perspective, catch up on all of our previous shows, all of our clips, our uplinks, our news clips, things that we found and talked about. There are a lot of people out there talking about Georgia Tech now, and that's been spearheaded, I think, by that awesome tag team of Ken Swillen and Tom Covington to really start to get that voice out there and let people know that the Yellow Jacket Talk is something worth listening to.
Right.
We appreciate you guys, and we need you all to support us more and more. Let people know what's going on, like our page. Don't just like the videos and that kind of stuff, but like our page. Let us know you're out there checking us out, because so many people we run into, man.
Right.
Oh, I've been checking out the show. I've been doing all
Exactly.
that. And it's kind of hard to know what's what, but I know between you and I, we know tens of thousands of people.
Exactly.
Not personally maybe, but they know of us.
They know of us.
them.
Right, exactly.
But of course, what we need to have is those numbers showing on our page, because people are excited about what we're doing, and it's important to basically reflect that in our numbers and all of our analytics. And bringing that to coming down. Something else that's going on, Ken, that Coach Collins is doing and Georgia Tech is doing. You can upload a picture. You can upload a picture, and that picture then gets Coach Collins superimposed into that picture, and then that picture then gets graded, and everybody finds the best one, and that's going to result in some prizes. Okay, that are going to be handed out at the spring game.
Okay.
So check that out also on ramblingrec.com. Get your picture uploaded, get something out there to make it fun. But they said a lot of prizes are going to be handed out that night. Different things that are going on there. Just ways, of course, to get everybody involved and get us excited about what's going on. Anything else, Ken, you want to talk about tonight?
No, I think we're at that moment.
You think so? Because just again, if y'all see this green screen going on back here, we've started something new, and we are now on YouTube at A Player's Perspective. Check us out. Look it up, A Player's Perspective, and you will see our new studio look. Something that we're excited about and what's going on. And so you can catch us there on YouTube. Subscribe, please subscribe. Lock yourself in. Let us know that you're there and that you love us, and that because we definitely love you all. And we need you to spread the word. Spread the word. Go to the office. Ask people when you talk to them, if they're Georgia Tech supporters, say, have you checked out a player's perspective? Have you taken a look at that? And if you haven't, do so. Do so. Get over there. Tom and Ken out there doing what we can to make this thing happen, to do what Georgia Tech deserves, and that's to get the word out about Yellow Jacket sports, brother. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
That's all that's needed. This is the ATL.
That's it.
Steak Shapiro, we run this state. It's about GT, baby. Okay? But yeah, I'm having fun with this. I know you having fun with this. We're having fun together, bro.
Having fun together. If you'd told us this time a couple years ago, if we've been doing this, we probably would tell you, nah, man, that's not happening.
That's not happening.
But I'll tell you what, we have really thoroughly enjoyed ourselves, and we are learning each and every day how to grow and how to do this.
Yeah.
So we thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for coming with us, and we appreciate the journey.
Yes, absolutely, because it's real fun. It's a lot of fun going on. So thank you for tuning in again on another episode of A Player's Perspective. Again, join us next week at 7 on Wednesday. And I tell you what, the lineup we got for you is going to be awesome. We still got Kofi Smith out there. We got Sinjin Days out there. We've got Jonathan Dwyer out there coming on. We got Coach Collins coming on, and then some of the other coaches that we talked about. So don't miss an episode. Check and look for us. Like us, like I said, out there. Show your love. We sure love you. Have a great week. Take care. A Player's Perspective. We're out.
Peace.